Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Adipata Alvi. Today I am going to talk about focus group discussion or FGD. FGD is a powerful and widely used tool in qualitative research. Whether you are a student, a researcher or a practitioner, understanding FGDs can help you uncover rich detailed information from people. Today, I will explain what an FGD is, how it works, when to use it, and what makes it so valuable. I will also cover its strengths, limitations, and practical tools you can use. By the end of this video, you will be able to design and carry out your own FGD with confidence. Let's dive in. What is FGD? A focus group discussion is a qualitative research method that involves a structured conversation with a small group of people, usually between 6 and 12 participants. These participants are selected because they share certain characteristics relevant to the research topic. For example, they might be university students, factory workers, parents, or customers of a product. An FGD is guided by a moderator who uses a discussion guide, a list of open ended questions to encourage participants to express their views. The key strengths of FGDs lies in the group interaction. People can react to each other's comments, agree or disagree, or share their personal stories, and this often leads to more nuanced insights than one to one interviews or surveys. Objectives of FGD. The main objective of a focus group discussion is to explore people's opinions, beliefs, experiences, or perceptions. FGDs allow you to answer questions like how do people feel about a new service? Why are they behaving a certain way? What are the social or cultural factors that shape their thinking? They are often used in the early stages of research to help define a problem, generate ideas, or refine a survey. FGDs can also be used for product testing, community assessment, and program evaluations. They give voice to participants and help researchers understand context, some things that's often missing in quantitative data. When to use FGD? Focus group discussions are particularly useful when you are exploring new or complex topics that are not well understood. They are ideal when you need to understand group norms, social interactions, or the language people use when talking about certain issues. You might use an FGD before designing a large scale survey to ensure your questions make sense to the target audience. Or you might use one after a project ends to evaluate how people experienced a program. FGDs are also helpful when researching sensitive issues. Sometimes hearing others share their stories help people feel more comfortable opening up. How FGD works. Conducting an FGD involves four main steps: planning, facilitation, recording, and analysis. In the planning stage, you define your purpose, selecting participants, and develop your discussion guide. You also need to arrange a neutral location, ensure privacy, and prepare a recording tool. For facilitation, the moderator includes the topic, get ground rules, and make sure the conversation stays on track. They must encourage quieter voices, manage dominant participants, and keep the environment respectful. Recording involves taking notes and, with permission, using audio or video devices. This helps capture everything that's said for later analysis. Finally, the analysis stage involves transcribing the discussion and identifying key themes, trends, or disagreements. Researchers look for patterns in how participants talk and what they say. Role of the moderator. The moderator's role is very crucial. A good moderator is neutral, respectful, and skilled and encouraging a conversation without influencing it. They must create a safe space where everyone feels comfortable sharing their views. They follow the discussion guide but remain flexible. Sometimes an unexpected topic emerges that's very valuable. They also read non-verbal cues, meaning manage group dynamics and probe deeper when needed by asking follow-up questions like, "Can you explain more?" or "Why do you feel this way?" Moderators also ensure the discussion remains focused on the topic while being inclusive and engaging. Focus group discussions offer several advantages. They generate detailed, in depth data in a relatively short amount of time. The group setting encourages people to build on each other's ideas, often revealing insights that individual interviews may not uncover. They are flexible. You can adjust your questions as the discussion flows. FGDs also allow researchers to observe body language, group dynamics, and emotional reactions, which adds another layers of understanding. Because FGDs are interactive, they often feel more natural and less intimidating to participants, especially when discussing personal or emotional topics. Limitations of FGD. However, FGDs have limitations. The results are not statistically generalizable because the sample size is small and often non random. Also, some participants may hesitate to speak openly, especially if the topic is sensitive. Groupthink can be a problem. People might agree with the majority just to fit in. Dominant voices may overpower others, making it harder to hear quieter participants. Skilled moderation is essential to manage these challenges. Additionally, analyzing FGD data takes time. Transcribing, coding, and interpreting qualitative data requires attention to detail and contextual understanding. Tools and application. You can use various tools to conduct FGDs effectively. For recording, smartphones, zooms, or digital recorders are commonly used. For transcription, tools like otter.ai or sonics can save a lot of time. For data analysis, software like NVivo, Atlas.ti, or even Excel can help you organize and identify themes. FGDs are used across many fields: in marketing to test advertising, in education to assess student needs, in public health to study behavior, and in community research to understand local issues. With the right tools, FGDs become more easier to manage and analyze, making them more accessible for students and professionals alike. To conclude, FGDs are a valuable tool for collecting rich qualitative data that helps us understand the why behind human behavior. They are interactive, insightful, and ideal for exploring perceptions, beliefs, and experience in depth. While they have some limitations, with proper planning and skilled facilitations, FGDs can provide deep insights that inform research policy and practice. I encourage you to try using this method in your own research or project work. Thank you for listening. Good luck with your next FGD.